Hello, this is Carolyn Riley, your North Carolina realtor, here today with some knowledge nuggets on due diligence fee. I recently saw a WRL article regarding a lady in Sanford that lost $7,500 in due diligence fee because she found significant issues with the property during her due diligence period with the inspection. She believes that the seller was dishonest with her, and she still at this point is out the 7,500. I'm going to put a link in the bottom for the WRL article so you can read it for yourself, but it definitely made me think it's time to discuss due diligence fees. Not all states have due diligence fees, so it can be confusing to some. Due diligence fee is a fee that is paid to sellers, non-refundable. It's a negotiable amount. It's not required. It's a sign of good faith. Let me give you this money towards the purchase so you know that I'm really wanting this home. Sign of good faith. Pay directly to the seller, credit it to the buyer at closing. So it's not like you're just throwing money out to the seller. It will be taken off the purchase price and credit it back to the buyer at closing. One major thing is this fee is non-refundable. So for example, like the WRL story, the lady paid the money, going through inspection, found many things that were significantly wrong with the home, including a structural issue that will be $15,000 to fix. She paid for her own structural engineer, even though the seller had provided a report that said the home was structurally sound. The engineer hired by the buyer found $15,000 in damage. She terminated the contract, requested her due diligence feedback. The seller said no. At this point, she's going to have to get an attorney to move forward with getting that money back and proving that the seller lied about the things that was going on with the home. But the point is, it's not cut and dry. Once you feel like the seller has done something, the only recourse you have is taking legal action. Yes, you file complaints with the real estate commission and things like that, but in order to get your money back, you need a lawyer. You're going to have to pay for your lawyer and take legal matters to get that money back and prove that you were lied to. So let's go over a few more things. People also confuse due diligence and earnest money because earnest money is refundable. Earnest money is also negotiable. Earnest money is not required. Earnest money is also a sign of good faith. Earnest money is held in escrow until closing. So earnest money is paid to a closing attorney and is held. Due diligence is paid directly to the seller. Both are credited to the buyer at closing. So it's, again, neither are free money, but earnest is refundable when you meet the stipulations. Everything is stipulations and what the contract says. The contract is your guide in a real estate transaction. You want to know dates, time frames, because due diligence is a due diligence period. You don't want to go outside your period and then the money automatically goes to the seller because somebody wasn't paying attention to the time frame. Sorry. Amounts vary in due diligence fees. Before this hot seller's market, it was maybe 1% of the sale of the home. Now I'm seeing due diligence fees, 100,000 without a question. Due diligence fee, non-refundable. If something goes wrong, the seller keeps it. Yes, because we're in a highly competitive multiple offer situation. Everyone feels like high due diligence make their offer stand out. Let me give you another perspective on that due diligence fee when it comes to appraisal. So let's say you do 50,000 in due diligence fee because you love the home. Your offer for the home is maybe 30,000 over listing price. Everything's going great. Appraisal comes in. Appraisal is 30,000 lower than list price. You don't have the money for the gap. The seller doesn't want to negotiate. If you would have put less in due diligence fee, you could have used the money for the gap if you wanted to. Not everyone wants to pay that gap once they found out the appraisal is low. But if you do, you gave so much in due diligence. Now you don't have a cushion to help yourself with an appraisal gap if that's what you choose to do. Be mindful of what you can afford and what you can afford to lose. Like the lady in Sanford, the home looked great on paper, video, everything. Once she started getting in deep, she discovered other things. You never know when that can happen. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you've given $10,000 due diligence fee, and then you find significant things wrong in the home. You only have an option of getting that money back if the seller has been dishonest, and you still need to take legal options to get it back then. Be smart, do your own due diligence, and make sure you know what you can afford. Thank you for watching. As always, please read the WRL article. Next time,